Hey guys, wanted to take you through the processing of this photo right here. I came across this abandoned restaurant on my drive between San Francisco and Georgetown, California. And just needed to pull over, get some gas, and came across this one. As soon as I saw it, I had a really strong vision in mind for this photo. It reminded me of a postcard that I would pull out of my grandparents' drawer like several years later of like a 1960s Californian postcard feel. And whenever I get a vision that strong in my head, I always run to the Google and I start looking for some inspiration. I start looking for a photo that matches what I see in my mind's eye. So eventually I came across this photo that really matched what I wanted. This one right here. It was really the feel. So I kind of processed that and I used it to give me a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of direction as to where I was going. Okay, so HDR photography, I'm going to take these three shots at three different exposures, combine them into an HDR file. I do that in Photomatex Pro. After I get my HDR file here, I'm going to throw it back into Photomatex and I'm going to start tone mapping it. So you see on the left-hand side, I'm playing with my little knobs and buttons, and you're going to start to see the photo change until I get something that I really like. Once I get the HDR photo here, the tone map version, I'm going to throw it into Photoshop. I'm going to throw the tone mapped file and then the three different layers into Photoshop. So on the right hand side, you're going to see the master, that's my tone mapped, and layer 1, 2, and 3. The little white box next to master, that's the layer mask. And what I'm doing here is I'm punching through to the layers below it at a very small opacity, right? 20%. So for example, what I'm doing, okay, on the right wall, you see the right wall there? I felt it was a little bit too bright for me, so I'm punching through with my brush to layer number 1, and I'm darkening it up a little bit. I really like in HDR photography a very subtle HDR feel. I don't like things too grungy. I don't like things too over the top crazy. Some people do. I just don't like it. I like it a very, very subtle HDR feel. So I think that you can probably start to see here, my brush is working. It's starting to darken up the wall a little bit, starting to look a little bit like what I saw that day. This sign, same deal. It was a little bit too bright for me, so I'm just bringing it down a little bit. This orange ball was too orange for me, so I'm making it a little bit darker. All right, so once I get my punch-through version of this photo, I'm going to throw it into Lightroom, and I'm going to start adjusting the layers and the white balance and really start to get this photo to take some shape. Once I'm done with Lightroom, I'm going to throw it into Capture NX. I'm really going to start to drill down to the different details. So I'm using my control point technology here, and I'm just kind of starting to pull things out of the photo that I think is really going to work well in it. So once I have a photo that I'm happy with, I'm going to throw it into Photoshop, and I'm going to start texturing it. And for me, texturing is the most exciting part. It's the most creative part. It's really where I start to see my vision take shape. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my catalog of different textures, and I'm starting to overlay them on the photo. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see layer 1, layer 2. Those are my different textures. The master is my tone-mapped photo. Okay, so I put the photo on there, I overlay it, and then I change the opacity to kind of pull it up or pull it down to whatever starts to look good. As we move here, I think you're going to start to see kind of the original vision of that photo that I showed you earlier take shape. Okay, I really never know how a texture is going to look on a photo until I plop it on. So sometimes an image can have, one texture. Sometimes it can have up to 10. It's just all trial and error here. So things are starting to look pretty good. Yeah, I always go to that crunchy. I don't know why I like that texture so much. Okay, so once I'm done texturing, I throw it into Lightroom, and I do a quick adjustment over the levels, and then bam, we have our final version. And it looks pretty close to my original vision for it, I think. All right, so this is one of the original shots. This is all three shots combined and tone mapped. And then this is our final product. All right, so I think I'm gonna start using this space to post different projects, maybe some time lapse video, maybe some behind the scenes on a photo shoot. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you guys come back.